Hello and welcome students. In the last video lecture, we had understood the accounting effect related to goodwill. And now I'm going to start the main part, that is the bigger sums that are important from the board examination point of view. So be careful and study well. I'm choosing the question number 8 of your textbook, that is on page number 208. So first of all, I'll read the question. In this sum, the journal entries, you have to prepare the revaluation account, partners capital account, cash account and balance sheet after the admission of new partner. Students, in the last chapter, chapter number 4, I had already taught you how to write the journal entries and how to prepare the revaluation account. And I had already discussed at that time that this topic of revaluation account is important for the next chapter, that is chapter number 5, admission of new partner. So if any need, you can refer the previous video lecture that I have shared related to revaluation account. And for present, we are moving on to question number 8 of your textbook. Ava and Beena are partners in a firm sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 2:1. It means the old profit sharing ratio between the two continuing partners or the existing partners, that is the 2:1. Their balance sheet as on 31st March was as under. The balance sheet has been given to you in the question. That is liability, that is given capital of two partners. Then afterwards general reserve, that is 18,000. Workmen's compensation reserve, that is 4,500. Investment fluctuation reserve, that is 1,500. So all these three are accumulated profit. General reserve, workmen's compensation reserve and investment fluctuation reserve. So first of all, this reserve or accumulated profit, that is to be distributed amongst the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So you can see on the board, I have written the first entry, that is general reserve account debit, to A, that is Abha, I have written short form, that is A's capital account, and to B, that means Beena's capital account, that is B's capital account, credit. That is total general reserve that is given to you in the question, that is 18,000. 18,000 that I have distributed in the old profit sharing ratio. What is the old profit sharing ratio? That is 2:1. So 18,000 that I have divided in the ratio of 2:1, it came to 12,000 and 6,000. In the same way, workmen's compensation reserve is also a profit, accumulated profit, that is also to be distributed amongst the partners. But students, if in the question it is given workmen's profit sharing fund, mind well, if it is given workmen's profit sharing fund, then it is not a reserve, it is not accumulated profit, but it is a liability. And if it is a liability, it is not to be distributed amongst the partners. Over here it is given workmen's compensation reserve, value is given to you 4,500. So this 4,500, that is to be distributed amongst the two partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So workmen's compensation reserve, that is 4,500, to A's capital account credit, that is 3,000, to B's capital account credit, that is 1,500. It means it is to be distributed in the ratio of 2:1. In the same way, the third accumulated profit that is given to you, that is investment fluctuation reserve. So again, same entry, that you can see the third entry, investment reserve account debit, that is 1,500. Again it is divided in the ratio of 2:1 in between the old partners, that is partner A and partner B. So the first thing, when you start the question, you have to distribute the accumulated profit. In the same way, you have to distribute the accumulated loss also. Over here, first of all, I have distributed the three accumulated profit amongst the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. Now on the asset side, you can see the last entry, that is advertisement campaign expenditure, that is accumulated loss. So accumulate, as we are distributing accumulated profit, in the same way we have to distribute accumulated loss. So you can see the fourth entry that I have written, the reverse entry, it was profit. So a capital account of partners, that was credited. Over here it is loss. So capital account of partners, that will be debited, because they have to lose something from their capital. Their capital will be decreased to the amount of share of the loss, or to the amount of the share of the accumulated loss. So over here, A's capital account debit 4,000, B's capital account debit, that is 2000, to advertisement campaign expense account credit, that is rupees 6000. It means 6000 that I have distributed in the ratio of 2:1. So it came to 4000 and 2000. Now moving on to the next part, we will verify the adjustments that are given to you in the question. You can see the first adjustment that is given to you. They admitted Rushil as a new partner. Now Abha and Beena, that are the existing partners, they are admitting a new partner, that is Rushil, that is R, on the following conditions. First one, Rushil will bring rupees 1 lakh as his capital and rupees 24,000 as goodwill in cash. It means he is bringing capital rupees 1 lakh and rupees 24,000 as goodwill in cash. Over here, students, I have written two different entries. You can write the combined entry also. You can see 5th entry and 7th entry that I have written separately. You can combine that two entries also. 5th entry, you can see cash account debit to R's capital account credit, means he is bringing the amount of capital in cash. So his capital account will be credited and cash comes in. So debit what comes in. So the entry that would be cash account debit to R's capital account credit, that is 1 lakh. Now 7th entry, you can see cash account debit to premium for goodwill account credit. Students, in the last video lecture I already explained that when the new partner brings his share of goodwill, then only the word goodwill is not to be utilized. We have to utilize the word premium for goodwill. So the 7th entry you can see over here, that is cash account debit to premium for goodwill account credit, that is 24,000. You can combine these two entries also. You can write cash account debit to capital account credit to R's capital account credit to premium for goodwill account credit. It means 1 lakh 24,000 and cash account debit you can do 1 lakh 24,000. So I have written separate entries. You can combine that two entries also. Now next one that is given to you of goodwill entry. You can see on the asset side in the question in the balance sheet, goodwill first entry is given to you, that is 18,000. If in the question before the admission of the new partner there exists any goodwill, then it is to be considered as the old goodwill that has been created by the already old partners. So that is to be distributed amongst the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So over here the old goodwill, that is 18,000. So first of all that is to be written off between the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So over here you can see the 6th entry, that is A's capital account debit, B's capital account debit to goodwill account credit, that is rupees 18,000. The same ratio, that is 2:1. That is the old ratio between the old partners. Now the next topic, that is premium for goodwill. Whatever the goodwill the new partner is bringing, that is to be distributed amongst the old partners in their sacrifice ratio. This thing also I have mentioned, that whatever the new goodwill the new partner is bringing, that is to be distributed amongst the old partners in their sacrifice ratio. Over here you can see I found the sacrifice ratio because the old ratio is also given to you and the new ratio. You can see in the question the new ratio is given to you. Last 6 point you can verify, that is 2:1:2. So I found the old ratio, or I found the sacrifice ratio, that is old minus new share. A and B. A's old share, that was 2/3 because 2:1, so 2/3 minus new share, it would come to 2/5, so it would come to 4/15. In the same way B's sacrifice, that would be 1/3 old share minus new share, that is 1/5, so that came to 2/15. So 4:2. Simplifying it, you will get the value, that is 2:1. So sacrifice ratio is equal to the old ratio. So I have distributed here the premium for goodwill in the old partners in their sacrifice ratio. Over here old ratio and sacrifice ratio both are coming same, but in every sum it is not possible that old ratio and sacrifice ratio would be the same. So you have to always verify and be clear that whatever the goodwill the new partner is bringing, it is to be distributed amongst the old partners in their sacrifice ratio. So I have distributed goodwill 24,000 to A's capital and to B's capital in the ratio of 2:1, that is 16,000 and 8,000. Now the adjustments you can see, the second adjustment, value of land and building is to be increased by rupees 17,000. Now land and building has been increased. If the value of land and building increases, then it is profit for the firm. So if it is profit for the firm, then land and building has always debit balance. We had already discussed this point in the 4th chapter in the topic, that is of revaluation account, that when the value of asset increases, then assets are having a debit balance. If assets are having debit balance, so assets account will be debited, and if there is profit for the firm, then revaluation account will be credited. Again I am revising, if there is profit for the firm, then revaluation account will always be credited, and if there is loss for the firm, then revaluation account always be debited. So over here you can see land and building account debit to revaluation account credit, that is rupees 17,000. Now the last entry that I have written over here, that is revaluation account debit to machinery to bed debt reserve to outstanding electricity expense. These three I have combined. You can write separate three entries for three different adjustments. Now looking at the third adjustment, value of machinery is to be reduced up to rupees 32,000. It means value of machinery has been reduced. If the value of any of the asset reduces, then loss occurs to the firm. So revaluation account will be debited. So revaluation account debit to machinery. Machinery is having a debit balance, but if its value decreases, we have to do the opposite of it, that is credit effect. So to machinery account credit, that is rupees 8,000. Next adjustment you can see, provision for bad debts, it means BDR, bad debt reserve, is to be kept at 10% on debtors. 10% on debtors. Now what is the value of debtors that has been given to you in the question? That is 24,000. 24,000 is the value of bad debts debtors that has been given to you in the question. Out of that, provision is to be kept at 10% on debtors. 10% on debtors, it means 24,000. If you find 10% of it, it would come to 2,400. But in the question, already BDR is given to you 2,000. So more provision of bad debt reserve that you have to do by rupees 400. See, already in the balance sheet asset side you can see that is debtors is given to you 24,000 minus BDR that is subtracted, that is 2,000. So outer column it is written 22,000. But now it is told that we have to provide bad debt reserve, that is 10%. So instead of 2,000 we have to write here 2,400. So if we write 2,400 over here, so bad debt reserve, how much it will be increased? By rupees 400. Previously we had subtracted 2,000, but now we have to subtract 2,400. So increase in BDR, that is by rupees 400. So again it is a loss for the firm due to which the assets value decreases. Previously we are writing 22,000 and now we have to write 21,600. So by 400 the value of debtors would be reduced. So again revaluation account will be debited to bad debt reserve account credit, that is 400. The last adjustment, that is provision for outstanding electricity bill, is to be made at rupees 1100. Outstanding electricity bill, it is one kind of liability that we have to pay. So that liability increases. If the liability increases, then revaluation account loss will occur, and if loss occurs, so revaluation account will be debited. So here you can see I have written three combined entry. You can write separate entry for machinery, separate entry for bad debt reserve, and separate entry for outstanding electricity expense also. So the entry you can see, that is revaluation account debit 9,500, to machinery account credit, that is 8,000, to BDR account credit, that is 400, to outstanding electricity expense account credit 1100. Now you can see all the adjustments we have discussed. We have distributed the accumulated profit, accumulated loss amongst the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio, and now the last entry would be coming of the profit or loss of the revaluation account. But that I have not written over here purposely, because that I will show you after preparation of the revaluation account. Now after understanding the journal entries, let us understand how to prepare the revaluation account, partners capital account, cash account, and balance sheet after admission of the new partner. Students, in this type of sum, basically these four things that you have to prepare, that is 3 accounts and 1 statement, that is balance sheet. Now over here you can see revaluation account, that is same as that I had discussed in video lecture of chapter number 4. I had taken one illustration and one exercise sum. You can refer that last 2 video lectures of chapter number 4. Again we are discussing that in case of revaluation account, if the profit is earned to the firm, then always revaluation account will be credited, and if loss is earned to the firm, then revaluation account will be debited. So you can see we have to just do the posting of whatever the journal entries that we have written in case of revaluation account. What the journal entry that we written, the first one that you can see, that value of land and building is to be increased by 17,000. Now due to increase in value of land and building, profit is earned to the firm. So you can see I written on the credit side, that is by land and building account credit, that is 17,000. Even you can verify the journal entries that we had written, that is land and building account debit to revaluation account credit by rupees 17,000. Then value of machinery is to be decreased up to rupees 32,000. Provision for bad debt reserve is to be kept at 10% on debtors, and provision for outstanding electricity bill. We have written the combined journal entry of these three expenses or loss for the firm, and that we have written the entry, that is revaluation account debit to machinery account credit, to BDR account credit, and to outstanding electricity bill account credit. So over here all the three entries will be coming on the debit side of revaluation account. You can see to machinery account credit that I have written 8,000, to bad debt reserve account credit 400, and to outstanding electricity expense account credit, that is rupees 1100. Students, I had already explained you the how this value, that is 400, that would come, that is 10% BDR that is to be maintained. So already 2000 was given, but now we have to give 2400 to additional 400 BDR that is to be provided. So it increases loss for the firm. There is decrease in the value of debtors due to increase in BDR. So these all things we have done, and already the journal entries that I have taught here, only the posting of the journal entries that we have to do in the revaluation account. Now these are the basic 4 entries that we had made. After doing these 4 entries, we have to find the profit or loss. If the total of credit side comes more, then it is profit for the firm, and if the total of debit side comes more, then the difference would come on credit side, and it would be loss for the firm. Over here you can see total of credit side is more, that is 17,000, and difference by subtracting the debit entry, you will get the difference, that is 7,500. This 7,500 is profit for the firm. Whatever the profit earned from the revaluation account, that is to be distributed amongst the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. In the journal entries, I had not done the last entry. The reason was that because after preparing the revaluation account, you can find what is the profit. Now you can write the last journal entry, that is revaluation account debit to A's capital account credit to B's capital account credit, that is 5,000 and 2,500. Here also it is distributed in which ratio, that is 2:1. That is the old ratio of the old partners, that is 2:1. Now after completion of revaluation account, let's look on the partners capital account. Now partners capital account, the first entry, that would be the balance of capital that is given to you in the question. You can see in the question capital account, the first entry in the liability side is given to you, that is of ABA 80,000 and BINA, that is 60,000. So I have written over here on the credit side by balance brought down, that is 80,000 and 60,000. Now we have written one journal entry in which the new partner, that is Rushil, is bringing cash in the form of capital also and goodwill also. So how much cash he was bringing, that is rupees 1 lakh. So what entry we had written, that you verified, that is cash account debit to R's capital account credit. So over here you can see I have written cash account debit. So cash account will be debited to R's capital account credit. Already we had understood how to do the posting in standard 11th in chapter, that is ledger and posting. So same way you have to learn over here to R's capital account credit, that will be 1 lakh, and R's capital account, it would be by cash account, that is rupees 1 lakh. And the second entry that we did, that was for premium for goodwill, that also is bringing in cash. So cash account debit, so here I have written to premium for goodwill 24,000 and goodwill account credit, so here I will write by premium for goodwill, that is 16,000, 8,000, that I have distributed amongst the old partners in their sacrifice ratio. So one entry we had written, that is premium for goodwill account debit to partners capital account credit, that is A's capital account credit to B's capital account credit. We had also found out the sacrifice ratio. Here the sacrifice ratio was coming the same as that of the old profit sharing ratio. So here you can see I have done the posting of that entry, that is premium for goodwill account debit to A's capital account credit to B's capital account credit by rupees 16,000 and 8,000. Now the next entry that we had written, that was of accumulated profit and accumulated loss. Whatever the accumulated profit that we had distributed amongst the partners in their old profit sharing ratio, in the same way accumulated loss also we had distributed amongst the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So here you can see the journal entry that we had written, that was general reserve account debit to A's capital account credit to B's capital account credit. So by general reserve account credit 12,000 and 6,000. Students, you have to just do the posting of whatever journal entries that we had written. Next, that is same way, workmen's compensation reserve 3,000 and 1,500, investment reserve also 1,500. As we had done the posting of the three reserves or the accumulated profit and partners capital account credit side, same way accumulated loss that we had written on the debit side. Here you can see the entry, again I am revising, that is A's capital account debit, B's capital account debit to advertisement campaign expense account credit. So here you can see on the debit side that I have written to advertisement campaign expense account, that is A's capital, that would be 4,000, and for B that would be rupees 2,000. Now the next entry, that is of the profit, whatever the profit that we have earned from revaluation account, that is 5,000 and 2,500, that is to be transferred to partners capital account credit side. Actually the entry what it would be, revaluation account debit to A's capital account credit to B's capital account credit. So both credit side you will be writing by revaluation account 5,000 and 2,500. So out of the total of the credit side is more over here. So credit side total you will be doing, total of A that would be coming 1,17,000, total of B that would be coming to 78,500, and R's capital that is only 1 lakh over here. So that same total you will be putting over here, and you will be finding the difference of it. That difference, that would be the closing balance of capital. Whatever the closing balance of capital that you will be transferring to the new balance sheet that you are preparing after the admission of new partner. So one more thing over here, cash account is remained to be explained. Two balance brought down, that is opening balance that is given to you in the question. You can see cash and bank that is given to you 2,000. So always cash and bank is having a debit balance as it is written on asset side. If any of the value is written on asset side, it means it is having a debit balance, and if any of the value is written on the liability side, it means it is a credit balance. So two balance brought down, that is rupees 2,000. Over here these two entries already I had explained simultaneous over here. So 2 R's capital and 2 premium for goodwill, that is 1,24,000, that is bringing in cash. New partner is bringing capital and goodwill in cash. So doing the total of all these three, it would come to 1,26,000. So the closing balance that would be coming 1,26,000. See, I have written over here by balance carried down. This I am writing here question mark, so it is understood that this value that I have found out, that is 1,26,000. So now in the new balance sheet, you will not write the closing balance of cash as rupees 2,000, but you will write the closing balance of cash as rupees 1,26,000. Now let us understand the balance sheet after admission. First of all, the first entry always you are knowing on the liability side, that would be of the capital. But now of not two partners but of three partners capital you will be writing over here. So for A you will be writing that we have found out from the partners capital. Closing balance we have found out. You can see over here, that is 1,01,000, 70,500 and 1 lakh. Total of these three, that would come to 2,71,500. Now the next, creditors and bills payable. There is no any change in that too. So as it is creditors from the old balance sheet, that is 28,000, and bills payable, that is 12,000. So as it is, you will be writing 28,000 and 12,000 over here. No any adjustment effect is there over. Now outstanding electricity expense, you have written, see, outstanding electricity expense over here, that is 1,100. That is the extra liability that is being created by the firm. If the liability increases, so it would be written on the liability side, that is 1,100. Now looking at the asset side, land and building value. See, land and building in the old balance sheet, in the question, that is given to you 72,000. Now 72,000, from that value in the second adjustment you can see that the land and building value is increased by rupees 17,000. So over here I have written the increased value. So 72,000 plus 17,000, it would come to 89,000. Okay, same way machinery, the value has been decreased. See, previously the value of machinery was given to you 40,000. In that 8,000 the value has been decreased, because now we have to keep the value of machinery of rupees 32,000. So there is decrease of 8,000. So machinery, the reduced value that I have written over here, that is 32,000. Students, remember always whatever the increase or decrease in value of assets and liabilities, that increased value or decreased value, that increased liability or decreased liability, that new value of assets and liability is to be written in the new balance sheet after admission. Now stock value, that is 36,000, that is same as that in the old balance sheet, because no any adjustment is there on it. Then afterwards debtors, see, I have written 24,000 as in the old balance sheet, but now bad debt reserve, instead of 2,000 I have written over here 400. So 24,000, because 10% BDR we have to maintain as it is written in the adjustment. So 24,000, 10% it would come to 2,400. So after subtracting it would come to 21,600. Next, that is investment. Investment, you can see there is no any adjustment, so as it is from the old balance sheet, that is 8,000. Students, you should see that any of the entry from the old balance sheet should not get remain. If any of the entry remains, then naturally your balance sheet will not get tallied. Now the last entry, that is cash in bank. Cash in bank, you will not write 2,000, you will write the new closing balance of cash in bank, that is rupees 1,26,000. So after seeing that, you verify that any of the entry is not remaining from the old balance sheet, or any of the posting of the adjustment is also not remaining. After completion of all the entries, you have to see that the total of both the sides should come equal. If the total of both the sides does not come equal, it means somewhere you have made mistake in any of the entry, or any of the entry has been missed by you. So please verify that any of the posting of the journal entry is not remaining, and even from the balance sheet, whatever entries on which the adjustment are not given, that is also to be posted in the new balance sheet after admission as it is, without any change. So after making all the adjustment effect, and after making the entries writing the increased value of assets or whatever the liability that has been arise, that is outstanding electricity expense, we have to do the total of both the sides. Here the total you can see, that is 3,12,600, that is coming on both the sides. It means our answer is correct. So this sum carries 8 marks in your board examination. So be careful, revise this video lecture again and again. Still we will be doing few of sums like this. Till then, keep practicing. Goodbye. Stay blessed.